Hello. Wait, that's too loud. Hello. That's still too loud. Hello. All right. Today we are going to do some stuff. I don't have my so this is from last week. However, during the week I started a refactor on the clues, and if I can I don't have my clues thing open right now, so I'll grab that later. As part of the refactor on the clues, oh man, I'm not really prepared. Give me a second to open this up. As part of the refactor, I refactored how the guests quality, so that's the clues that you have because of that you can give out, are generated. So if we look at here, we've got our clue, which, like our refactor before, is just a tag, a thing, some links. We've got our clues object, which is your collection of all clues. And last time we got to here, where we could walk to a clue, we got adding it, we could walk to a certain type, and we can get a particular index. Things I've added since then, I've implemented find. We said before that we didn't need it. We do need it for adding gameplay, for adding guests actually. And the other thing I added was link to found, and what that does, it just calls find and adds a link. I also added add gameplay tags as common clues. So if we look in here, I can send it a gameplay tag container and say if the ones are in here are unique or not, and I'll add them all into the clues. So in our graph, which I probably haven't saved, but I'll make a new one right now because why not? Oh yeah, because GIMP is really hard. Did I get any drawing tools from Bazzite for free? No? No, that would be too useful. Alright. Create. Yeah, sure. So remember, we're storing all the clues, common clues that like kind of explain the world, like hair that is red. It exists in this world, and so does blue clothes. They exist in this world, and those will always be in the graph, regardless of whether or not anybody actually has these things. Whether they have these things or not are defined by whether they link to them, like this. I think in the future some things will have two-way links, but right now it's like if you find blue clothes, it points only back to Claire Bob as far as the graph. So in our code here, what we've done is we have this will add all the common things. So we've got these, and we do mark them as common. And this is not marked as common. So I can traverse the graph through a common knowledge node, but I cannot traverse the graph through a node that I don't have, that isn't common, unless I already have that in my set of knowledge. So if I know Bob has blue clothes, and there's another clue which is blue fiber at crime scene. And this goes to the blue clothes, but if I never find the blue fiber at the crime scene, I don't get to go all the way to Bob, who's common. We know Bob's in the game. So we add all of these, we set them as common, we say they're unique according to what this says, and then we add them to the graph. Then we use add guest. We add the guest as a clue, and we have tag dinner clues guest, and so we've added that to our gameplay tags up here. So that's a system gameplay tag that there's a clue called guest. And when we do that, we'll look in the qualities and we'll get out the 4 kind of tags that define who you are, and we'll connect those clues. Then finally we return the clue that is this guest, so this node here. And we add it to the player state so that when this player Bob drops something, or if there's some reason that we need to point at player Bob, for example, eyewitness report of seeing Bob do something, then we can use that tag, and we'll get it from the players. Use that clue, and we'll get it from the player state. As you can see that here as well. One thing that came up was how are we going to do this? Now, on one level, it's pretty easy. You just have 4 things in the qualities. However, it does create, it looks nice here, and it looks like garbage in blueprints. So what I thought I would do is refactor that part, and that's where I left off last time I stopped working on this. So what I did is I pulled quality out into its own thing. I say that it's a gameplay tag, and then I set it as locked. And what that does is that if a player says I want this specific like color or this specific shoe, then you can set it. It's going to be disadvantageous to you if people know that you always choose boots. But it might be, but it's nice to have the option. And then I haven't done any of this. And that's where we're gonna end up today. Unreal Engine is open. I'm just gonna smash this button because in theory, last time it wasn't compiling because I still had the old guest qualities object in it. So it was seeing both the new one and the old one and exploding. So now I had deleted the old one. It's just the new one. The new one's empty, so it should just say whatever. Or I've completely screwed it up. I'll find out. While that's running, I can type without saving, and then it won't screw up this. Ooh, error. What's wrong? Nothing. So in the player state, we have qualities, but it's not a struct anymore. We've made it a full class. Since it's a property, I shouldn't have to do anything else. I still have all the old evidence stuff in here. I'm confident enough to remove it. And that'll be a big, actually no, I'm not confident enough to remove it, because it's easy to refactor the C++, but it exists still in the blueprints, so we should keep that there for now. Okay, so while that's doing its thing, let's go back to here. So we have qualities. Oh my god. Oh. Oh, really? Oh, because it's not a struct. It's not a struct, folks. So it doesn't, it wants a pointer. So let's give it a pointer. Did I say it was quality? Okay. I think I can just do that. Because this is, what kind of thing is that? I'm just going to go to this and hope. I'm going to wait this out because last time, the moment I alt tab away, it failed. So I alt tab now, it'll fail and I'll just come back. I'll wait for it. No, I can't. I'm going to go. Ah! Okay, that's expected. Good, good, good. Anything else? Oh, here we go. This is what I'm worried about. Unknown type, you guessed qualities. Did you mean you guessed qualities? Qualities. Quality. Oh. Legit. Okay, that was pretty simple. So we're gonna go ahead and just say that's compiled enough because we have a little bit more to do with this guess qualities. What I wanted to do with the guess qualities is I want to have an array, our T array, whoops, of guest quality. How did I? And I do have it there, right? Right. And this is going to be qualities. And then I want to also have a function called shuffle. And what this will do is we'll take in an array. An array seems problematic. Let's just get of possible values, and we'll also take in a quality. So this does have a little bit of wacky in that it's very C and not C++, because I'm feeding in the quality and then change it as if it's like some sort of random function off to the side. The idea is that I can make a thing that does this, oops. No, I can't do that right now. So we don't have the possible values in C++ code is the thing. So if I show you what I've done over here, we have a data table which contains all the possibilities, but they're mixed, so you can have hair, clothes, etc. Just in case we want to add more or what have you. I don't think we will, but I mean, whatever. So we can give it possible values and then shuffle it. So for each one of these, we can shuffle it. Is that a thing? No. And for this, we will put in got hair color. We've got clothes color. And we've got shoe type. That's a trick. We've also got shoe type quality unique item. So we're just going to make sure that the first, for each one of these, so we have like these constants for getting these ones. And what that means is that we can add other things into here and shuffle them up, but we know where our main kind of gameplay ones are. So we'll do that. And then we'll do a little bit of this, which is so we'll implement the shuffle in here. Thank you for yelling at me. Takes a while for the compile to go. Is this not how that works? Did I forget how enums work? Enum color, marker blue. All right. Enum thingy. Is it always static? Is that the idea? I'll save it and I'll compile at some point later. All right. So this actually we can do it like that. Because we are like the clues, we can refer to these as ints, which is what we're doing with this enum. Is there no enter? Is that the point? There's no enter. That's the point. I'll bet I can still make it static. Okay, so if qualities and then quality dot locked return, because we're not doing anything if it's locked, right? Sorry, I'm debugging two things at once because that takes so long to to show me what's wrong. So then if it's locked, we return because we're not going to shuffle it if it's locked. If it's not locked, so what we can do, if we go to guest player state here, we have some convenient code here. Do I need to import anything up here? No, it's part of the. So we've got this clue stuff, evidence to drop. So we can totally steal this. We'll pop this over here too. If so if there's nothing in the qualities, or qualities locked, or actually this would be before here, right? Is it equal to? Can't remember. Anyways, so what we're saying is that if there's nothing there, or it's less than the index, which we cover this one with that one. So we're looking for one here, and if it's not there, less than that, and there, and then, or that one is locked, then we return. And then we're going to copy. I just got that there for reference, so we're still going to write it. So this is the evidence. So that's actually possible values. So what we need to do is we need to make a T array of possible things. Oops, sorry. It's a T array of gameplay tags, if I can spell it. And remember, it's also an F gameplay tag. And this is I think that's right. Let's go double check it. This guy knows, right? Close enough. So we've got all the possible ones. Then we say that qualities.quality dot value, because I think that's what we set it at. I'm just going to double check that. Value, that's right. Equals and then this is going to be the same as down here. Only instead of this, it's going to be possible. So it's going to pick one of the random ones in possible, not impossible, but in the possible array, and set quality to it. And then the rest of this is not our concern. Well, that one was, but this one isn't. All right, so this should shuffle up a particular quality, and then the usage of this would be, am I missing one, or is that just telling me the obvious? That's open, that's closed. Oh yeah, okay. That's also none of my business, just because this. That this if isn't like an open and close if, it just happens there, and then we go continue on. All right, so the usage for this would be something like dot shuffle and then you'd have something like that. Yeah, I know there's like a distinct lack of spelling and capitalization, but that's the idea. Whether that's actually what I've written, who knows? I'm just gonna double check that actually. That's a good question to myself. C++. Ah, I knew. I knew it was something like that. That's not. That's not actually what I'm thinking about, is it? I'm thinking about like your classic kind of C# or Java static class level like this. I don't actually know if that's what I'm getting with this. All right, we're going to step back from this. That's right, we're going to step back from this. We're going to ungenericize this. And the reason I'm okay with that is that kind of like the functionality I was going for is the shuffle. So I should be able to do oh, where'd my this part here is what makes this worthwhile as a refactor, right? So I can do like just to kind of like I was doing before. But we get our shuffle. And we'll just make this. That. So up here, it's going to be an address of. So what we'll do is this becomes a little bit simpler. It'll just be if quality.locked, and then this becomes quality.value. There you go. No, I want that one open. It's this one I'm changing. So when we go back over to here, we've got qualities on hair color, clothing color, clothes color. So this doesn't change. And I think we should be able to push this button. It'll probably still complain. So the reason I was making more generic before was this whole idea of like it's gonna be also used for other customizations, but I think that's stupid. Because that's not what this folder what this object is about. Customization should be separate. Sure, this will affect it in that, oh, you'll have, no, it doesn't affect it. You'll go look it up later. Actually, right, the customizations will be set by that, not the other way around. Should be a big V. And this one is bad because interesting. All right, let's take a look. First things first, let's fix our little mistake. This should be a big V. Qualities, guest, qualities, they're right. It should be an arrow because it is a pointer arrow. Okay, anything else before we try and smash the button again? Huh, all right. What have I done? It's not this, is it? And then gameplay tag container. F gameplay tag. We have tag array. The value, quality.value is the gameplay tag, isn't it? Excuse me. I argue that might be fixed already, or just like an artifact from that not being done properly. It gave me a hint and I didn't look at it. Have you ever, the nice thing about Unreal Engine is it gives you a hint. Link to found is link tag thing. Yeah, they're right. They're right, aren't they? I'll bet if I look, that's the only area left. Oh, it doesn't like that one. All right, I'll take a look at that. Operator new. Really? I did remember to save that, right? I did. Is it? well then. Indeed it is. There you go. See, the moment I move away, it's done. Okay, what doesn't it like this way all the time? Is that it? Is there more to it? No, that's it. All right. So I can't just do this, apparently. Is it? Okay, first of all, let's do a sanity check. C++. Construct a new object. Not gonna lie, I don't think I have one, do I? Right? No, I don't. And then because I'm not doing anything, right? I have nothing to do because it's all just, right? I don't need a destructor, I don't think. I'm not doing anything in there. I don't think player state has one. No. Okay, so we have on there. Oh. Oh dear. Those are oh, I thought I didn't I just make one? Didn't I just make one? Am I nuts? I feel like I've gone too deep. Gone too deep. Let's simplify this down then, because I think that's too much. If this won't work as a class, I think we have to make it back into a struct and then figure out, put this shuffle somewhere else. I wanted it with next to this stuff, but it doesn't seem to be working. So let's do that instead. I think that's the only way we can really make this work. So let's steal this. It's going to be one of these instead. I'm just going to double check this guy. Does it have that? No. It's going to take this off. And we don't need this guy because we don't have those. Guy's quality, I have that. All right, do that. We'll delete this. We'll go into player state. And it's just going to be an F guess qualities because it's just that. And then we'll hop back up to here. This becomes a dot again because it's not a pointer to anything. But those still stay because we've changed the how that looks. Go and then put the shuffle somewhere else. I can put the shuffle into blueprints if I need to, or I could attach it onto maybe the player state. I'm not sure. There's other places for this stuff, sure. Oh yeah, to take that out of the constructor as well. That was the only thing left, I think. It was. All right. That was a long way around. Go into game. The game state, where we set up everything, and we're going to also set up the clues. Perfect. All right. So here's our begin dinner. And like before, we're getting the rules for the match. And then the next thing we'll be doing after we set the rules, as we are get the rules, not set the rules. We get the rules for the match, which is that whole thing where you count how many people there are and add blah, blah, blah. And then the next thing we do is we populate the clues. We're doing it by hand here. It's making an array, gameplay tag compare, this one that we created. Do it again for the unique clues. Toss that in there, and they're unique. Then after that, for each player, we are 1, setting the role, then granting the abilities just like before. So this is all from before. And then after that, we're going to start doing the clues. And we're going to add the guest. There's a gap here because this is where I want to put the shuffle. The shuffle. What I'm going to do for that, first of all, I'm going to grab all these. I'm going to grab all these, and you can't stop me from doing it. I'm going to grab all these. And I am going to collapse to macro. And this macro is going to be called setup, initial clues graph. So we don't have to look at all that right away. Then we've got our things to do for each player. We've got our role and our abilities, widgets from before. And I'm gonna probably tear this off. We'll do one of them. That'll settle it. All right, so we've got our guest, right? And that's the player state that we wrote before. And on there is the qualities. So we should be able to go qualities. And we should be able to do it. That's not how I expected it to look. Set members guest qualities. Oh no. I think I have to do that like this. Make no. Okay. I feel like this didn't do what I wanted it. All right, let's take a look. Guest qualities has 4 things: color, type, item. Quality has 2 things. Oh hey, you need to tell it what it is for it to work. This comes from me not like properly doing the switch over. And then they also need a default, I think. But we'll see what happens. Yeah, I think they do need a default. Hold on. No, they shouldn't need a default. Let's find out. It'll tell me if I didn't, if I do, right? Yeah, because the default should be just nothing because it's supposedly. Or at least that's what I figured. Yeah, I compiled. Gonna complain. You always complain. I wonder if I can use it normally now. I can. All right. Can I? That's not the button I wanted to do. There we go. So you can set, you can get them here. You can get them, but we can't set them. Close, but no cigar. All right. Oh, let's take a look at our player state. Qualities, blueprint read only. That doesn't help us. We need to be able to set this. Blueprint read write. I think there's actually set members and get guest qualities. There we go. Hair color. That's what I was trying to do before, right? And then in here, I can split that. But I'll want to get it first. So let's just do, I'm gonna delete this. So we'll start with splitting this. And then for hair color, we will say hair color. There we go, break it. So we get these two. And then we'll say if it's locked, we won't do anything. If it's true, we'll grab a random one of these. Or sorry, if it's not locked, so it'll be false. So false. And then how can I set this? See what's happening here. We're making the array, and then we're going to quality. That's not. There we go. Undo. So take a look at that. That's a big one. So I think, so we got it started, which is what I wanted to do. Because once I get it started, I can grab this and I can collapse to probably a macro called shuffle guest qualities. These two are the same, so I can just that guy. All right. So that's out of there. We don't have to worry about it. And because that's there, local. Oh. Get where's okay. That's only slightly frustrating. All right. grab this. I'm going to put it way over here. Grab this and put it up here. This has to do with that, so we'll put that up there. That hasn't really helped that, so I'm going to take that out. But this knows what it should be, so I can make it an array magically because it knows what it is. I can start setting them in all the hairs. All the hairs going in, it picks a random one and splats it into here. I'm going to add another one. Give me a second here. This actually needs one more, which is exec. Okay, so we'll have to copy this for each thing. All right? Because of blueprints, can I put that somewhere else? I think I can put this somewhere else. Give me a second. I go like this, I go like this. Then I can collapse to a function. The function being pick random quality. I don't know if that's a good name for it, but that's what I'm calling it. So you get a quality and the possible values. All right, that's better. So I could go here and say pick. I've got that. And then we'll make a new array for what are those clothes colors? Oh, that's not right. All right. Okay, so that makes this is making more sense. So let's put this. We've got those two, and what we'll do for the exec is we'll do a sequence. First, do this one. No, that's no good because that's a function. and it has to execute. I don't think I can make it a function. Can I make it a macro? Let's do this. Grab this. We don't make it a sequence, we just make it go all the way around. I think we can make it happen. So if we go pop, 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 and then let's go back into here. We'll make this a little bit nicer by saying it's going to output. Oh, that's not supposed to go. All right, whatever. We'll make guest quality like this. Locked is always going to be this. And then if it's true, make two of them, right? So one of them that's going to be locked on both of them, right? So we're going to get the locked value from there. If it's locked, then we just return it back. Actually, we don't need to do that, do we? Because we have it. We already have it. It's back here. So if it's locked, return it back. And if it's not, it's this. So we can go delete out item. This is going to be a guest quality. Can I do another return node? Return. Yeah, I can. Fuck it. So if it's locked, we're just gonna feed back out what it has. If it's not, we'll create a new one with the same lockedness, which should be false, and spit that one out. Like I know how to program. What the fuck? Shuffle guest qualities. Yeah, I'll refresh this. Refresh this. Refresh this. Can I refresh all nodes? No, that would be too easy. All right. And then in shuffle guest qualities, for each one of those, we're going to go, this goes into here. Pick random. All right, we have to refresh. Oh. That. There we go. And then this is for close color. Here we go with that. We just gotta do, so this goes in here and then it goes into here. And then we'll just do another pick. For shoe type. I'll add all the shoe types. The last one we have to do is the unique item. And what we'll do with that is what is this? Shuffle guest qualities. Pick random quality again, and then we'll feed in the unique items. Okay, so I end up with 4x4, which is 4 times 24. That's not how the math works. I had to take combinatorics like twice. I think it's something like 4 factorial or something like that. 4 times 4, and then times that by 4. Something like that. Okay, so as I'm doing this, I'm gonna, on this one, this works, then I'm gonna like, so get find tag sorry, I'm looking for something. Gameplay tags. I swear there was a way to do this. I'm gonna go look it up right now. But that's C++ init. Is there a there's no blueprints version of this. No. Get all child gameplay blueprints. Fuck it. I have to do it by hand in blueprints. That's what I get. Goes up here. If it's false, we could just go straight up to here. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to set it here anyway and just do it every time. There's no sense checking it here. I can check it later when I actually customize the thing and create the clues for it. They exist, so tough. All right. Hot reload. All right, give me a second. Reload that. We could put the shuffler on here, the player state. Actually, would be a pretty good place to put it. Like right after qualities. If we did something like before I do that, let's see if this part compiles. Then we can actually say at least we have like one working thing. Warning. Warning. Alrighty. Maybe I do have to do it the other way. Alright. Let's just close this for now. Because it's gonna have to actually no, let's not. Let's do this one. I think we can put a shuffle on here. And it's a place that makes sense. And it's gonna be blueprint callable. And it's just gonna be void shuffle qualities. And I think this is, I think it'll work here. Just drop it down here. So we'll put this in here and we'll do the shuffle down here. And if we hop over to what we were just searching for, not child inputs, gameplay tags. Gameplay tags. This has a gameplay tag container on one of these two, right? Pretty sure it does. No, okay, I'll add that. We'll start out with this guy, and then clues has it. Outside doesn't need to know, so put it in this one. Find where that guy exists. Oh wait, it's right here, isn't it? It exists in gameplay tag manager. See? See? Easy peasy. I not just. I swear I just had gameplay container. Maybe I'm imagining it. Okay. So parent tag is going to be the for each quality, right? So we're going to have to do this 4 times for each quality. So let's make something like this. No, that's too much effort. And this one's going to be does that take a string? What's it take? Parent tag. So it's going to be also a tag. And is there a protected section? Yes, there is. All right. I don't want it this here. I want this down here. We'll go up here and we'll define that here. that, we'll steal this one. We've got our container. Make a small p of this because that's what I want to do. So we know that's coming from up there. Then we'll go t array sorry, got ahead of myself. This is just a array, and then there's possible. Right? We've done that before up here, right? Or sorry, get. Close. I almost did it on the first go. And then we can once again do our thing where we kind of steal this one. Now before we do all that, actually, we can say if quality dot locked only takes like 3 years for it to compile that and get the intelligence searching. You may notice that's like one of the few times I've actually used it on like code I've written because it's been there so long. All right, so we return the value, and if it's not locked, then we can return possible, and then this is where we grab this little bit here, f math. It's possible, right? Okay. So open, no extra closes. Nope. All right. For the qualities, what we'll do is we go qualities, right? See, it doesn't hair color, right? Because if we look at qualities, let's open that over here so we can look at it. We've got hair color, and its dot value is gonna be it's going to be qualities dot, oops, qualities dot hair color. Oh my god, though. Dot hair color Now we're in this weird spot. We need to put in a gameplay tag, but I am okay with defining those 4 in C++. Any extra stuff I'm going to be not defining because then it'll be rough to use it later, like, or add on to it. But we know these are the 4 core gameplay like ways you identify someone, right? So let's go ahead and define that up here. Who's underscore hair color, hair, right? Because the actual tag is just hair. And this will be clothes, choose, unique. Right. Oh, that's annoying, isn't it? Yeah, it doesn't. So if these are defined in here, then I can go back down to here and say that, bring back our header file. Quality is that hair color, and the tag is going to be, oops, this guy up here. Which is now defined in C++. And for each of these, you want to do then clothes color. Shoe type. Unique item. And then we'll make that change up here. So we'll shuffle each one of those here. All right, how much have I broken it? I thought I did it right. Probably a typo somewhere. Ooh. And hair, clothes, shoes, unique. Clothes, shoes, unique. Hair, clothes, shoes, unique. Those look right. Those look right. All right, let's ignore that for now. We'll start with the obvious one, which is a missing semicolon. Ooh. But I haven't included them here. That's probably all it is. Anything else while I'm here? No. Compile complete. All right, sweet. Hop back into here. So this just got a whole lot simpler. What we're going to do is delete this. Yeah. Delete this. And get to here. All we need to do is let the player state do it. Bah. This is whenever you like recompile or change the base class. It's annoying. If I can get that blueprint to compile, we'll leave it there, and then next time we'll set up some just kind of like some debugging to paste that to the screen to see if we do indeed get what we mean, which is a random qualities when we start the game. Half of this is figuring out a good spot to put stuff, because you can put stuff. Kind of disappointed blueprints didn't have that get game tag find request game tags call, because that really This is what I needed. Okay, that compiled just fine. All right. Should I bother spitting out the qualities after that? Just for like 4 of them and blah blah blah. I'll do that next time. I think that gets replicated, right? That gets replicated, right? I just gotta check if that gets replicated. As we replicate evidence, let's see. Give me a second. Let's look at the. There's all our clues. Evidence to drop, clue to drop, see something, collect elements. Collected element. Evidence. It just does rep left eye. Collect evidence. Arrange, but you know, whatever you need to do. I'm just kind of thinking evidence I can drop. That gets filled in later. Clue. We may need to do something similar for these, replicate these, but we can do that next. Oh no, it says replicated on it. Maybe I'll just replicate. Why did I have to do collected evidence separately? Replicate. Weird. Oh, because it's a T array. I'll have to do it for knowledge and clues I can drop. Why didn't I do it for evidence I can drop? It's so weird. Anyways, let's do that next time. We've got this to compile. We'll double check next time if it actually shuffles the qualities and it actually adds the guess to the clue graph, which I'm going to figure out a way to splat that onto the screen. Or yeah, that's the best way right now because I'm not setting up automated tests or anything right now. And then maybe, I don't think it'd be worth putting this into a macro or anything. It's there. It's pretty quick, straightforward. So yeah, we'll do that next week. We will try out what we did. Have a good one.